Hi everybody, welcome back to Ms. Johnson's ELA mini lessons. This is mini lesson number 17 and today's focus is going to be on graphic features of an informational text. So I'm going to quickly go over a couple of graphic features and then we're going to look at it in our text. So you need your ELA magazine, your weather and climate magazine, and you need your homeschool packet. We'll grab those things and let's get started. Alright, so we're going to talk about what different graphic features are in an informational text. We're going to talk about what they kind of look like, and then we're going to I'm going to kind of explain why they're there and how they help you understand the text a little bit. Okay, so graphic feature is parts of a text that gives us more information to understand what's happening. So I have a informational text on whales and dolphins, so I'm going to kind of use this as my example. So the first graphic feature that we kind of always see in informational text is called a photo and caption. So here is an example of one. Here's a photo of dolphins, obviously, but then there's this thing right here that's called the caption. So the caption gives us more information about what's happening in the photograph. So the caption says, "These are bottlenose dolphins. Bottlenose dolphins often touch each other with their snouts and flippers to say hello." So this caption explains what this picture is. We're reading about whales and dolphins. So we have a photograph of some, and then we have a little more information there. So that's what it does. It gives a picture and adds details to describe the picture. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is headings. So headings is found usually at the top of the page, but it can be found periodically throughout the page. So here is a page right here. The first heading is called whale travel. So this whole page right here is going to be how whales travel. We also have some subheadings right here. So the subheading for this one is finding their way, and then this one is long trips. So this one right here, this paragraph is going to be about how whales find their way, and this paragraph is going to be about long trips. So what headings do is they help you know what the main idea is going to be about in each of the paragraphs or each of the sections that you're reading. Second one is called the table of contents. Table of contents is usually at the beginning, and what it has is all the information that you're going to be reading about for whales and dolphins, and then it usually has a page number. So it's a list of topics in a test and also where you can find them with the page numbers. Next we are going to go to a map. So a map looks like this. It can look like it can be on a global scale or it can be by state or by section, but really what a graph does is it helps you understand where things are located. And typically with maps there are also captions as well, and it says the arrows on the map shows where different groups of humpback whales travel. So the caption describes what's happening in the graph, and you also have a little more information right here, or in the map, excuse me. So in the map is more areas located around the world where things are located. All right, now we're going to get into the next one, which is diagrams. So let me find, here's a diagram. So I have a diagram right here where we're going to get into the whales. And right here it is a picture, and it says there's a caption. It says this is a cutaway diagram of a whale's eye from the side. So right here, this is not an actual picture of an eye. What it is it's a drawing of it with items that point out different parts of the eye. So you have light enters the eye here. The blue layer is sensitive to light. The red layer is the tapetum, which reflects light back onto the light sensitive layer. Okay? So what it has is it has a drawing of something with arrows and giving more information about a specific thing. So that's what a diagram is. Next, we have graph and table. So graph and table, where is it? Oh, here we go. All right, so a graph and a table. I have a graph right here, and there's a caption, and it says the graph shows how much the populations of blue sea and bowhead whales have fallen because of whale hunting. So right here we have all the population, so you can tell that there was a lot of population of each of the different types of whales and how the population has gone down. That's the number of whales. So what this does is it quickly kind of gives you a nice visual on how the population was really high, but it's gone down except for this pink one right here. So we also have seen this with tables as well, where tables just give you a quick information. Sometimes it has to do with numbers, but it's a way for you to quickly access information rather than just rereading an entire paragraph. All right, and then the last one we're going to talk about is other print. What this book has is it has other prints at the bottom. You see right there, it has a fact. So sometimes what text will do is they will just put together more information that they want to call attention to by changing the text in some way. They'll make it bold, they'll make it big, they'll make it small, they'll put it off to the side, put it in a box. So it just gives you more information on the topic that you're reading. All right, so those are kind of all the graphic features that we're gonna look for today and see if is in our text. So when we're talking about these graphic features that we see right here are found in informational text. And we know that our text is informational because it gives us the genre right here. All right, so what you need to do is open up to your close reading page. We're gonna read the directions. It says, draw a line from each graphic aid to the part of the text that it matches. What information can you get from the graphic aid? How do the different graphic aids help you understand the text? Okay, so we have 4 different graphic features that we're going to analyze. First thing we're going to do is we're going to name the type of graphic feature, which is one of these right here. Then we're going to write down the information that is given in the graphic feature, and then finally what we're going to do is we're going to write about how it helps you understand the text a little bit better. Okay, so the first graphic feature is on page 24, and it is this picture right here. Okay, so just go ahead and look at it for a second. Now I want you to kind of choose which one you think it is. So it's kind of a photograph, but it's not like a picture that's been taken with a phone. It's not a heading, not a table of contents. It's kind of a map. It's kind of a diagram. It's not a graph or a table. It's not another part. So for this one, what I would say is it's a map and a diagram. So for type of graphic feature, I would do map/diagram. And then what information is given? The information that is given is what the itch looks like, where it's located on the map, and what the itch looks like. So information that is given is where the itch is on the map and what it looks like. So go write that down. Okay, and then how does this help me understand the text? So you're going to fill this out. How does looking at this map and diagram help you understand what the itch is? Go ahead and write that down. Go. All right, and then we're going to go on to the second graphic feature, which says cyclones, page 25. So look at this. So this is page 25. I noticed something about this text. This is our regular text. What do you notice about over here? It's got a heading. All right, so on page 25, it is the heading. There's a heading that says extreme tropical storms. We're going to read it. It says, a tropical cyclone is a warm cone, low pressure system that develops over the tropical and subtropical waters and has an organized circulation. Depending upon locations, tropical cyclone have different names around the world. Those are the different names. Regardless of what they're called, the conditions typically lead for the information of a tropical cyclone. Warm ocean waters, an atmosphere cools rising vapor quickly as it gains height. Relatively moist air near the mid-level of the tropic zone. Minimum distance of at least 480 kilometers from the equator. A pre-existing near-surface disturbance. Little vertical wind shear between the surface and the troposphere. Okay, so what I just read was I read all this information. So the reason I read this information first is because it kind of matches this graphic feature right here. It's other print. It looks different from our regular text, which is why we didn't read it on the initial read. So For type of graphic, it is other text, but there's also photographs and captions, okay? So go write down other text, photo, and caption for type of graphic feature. Okay, so now what information is given? Remember the main ideas in the heading. What's it about? Extremes, tropical storm. It's all about cyclones, right? So it tells us information about cyclones. So that's the information that's given. Go. And then how does this help me understand this text? So you need to write down how does these graphic features help you understand the text? Go write that down. All right, and then we're gonna turn on to page 27. We're on graphic feature number 3. And on 27, it says average monthly rainfall. So it's this one right down here. Which graphic feature does it look like? It's a graph. It is a graph, right? So for type of graphic feature, write graph. And then information given. So what is the information that is given? It says average monthly rainfall. So I can see that there's not a lot of rainfall, a lot of rainfall. Holy moly, look at all this rainfall. And then it kind of dies down. So it gives how much rain falls in Lagos and Canoe. So it tells, the information that is given is how much rain falls in Lagos and in Canoe. Go write that down. Okay, and then how does this help me understand the text? So you need to go write down how does looking at this graph help you understand the text. Go write that down. Okay, and the very last one is on page 29, and it says long dry season. So the graphic feature that is here is this and this. Photo and caption, right? It's a photo and caption, so write that down on type of graphic feature. And then what information is given. So what can you see? Looks like the desert, right? And then it says the dry season in Canoe, Nigeria lasts from October to mid-May. So what is shown right here? The dry season. So the dry season in Canoe and like what it looks like, okay? So go write that down. And then how does it help me understand the text? So that's for you to fill out. How does that help you understand the text? Go write that down. And finally, we're going to answer the question on the bottom. It says, what information can the reader learn from the graphic feature on page 27? Circle all that apply. Oh, it might need more than one. You know what I would do? Go to page 27, look at it, study it. Now look and see what you should circle. Cross out the ones that don't make sense. I'll point out again. Average monthly rainfall for Lagos and Canoe throughout the year. Lagos is this light purple one, and then Canoe is the dark purple one. Okay, go answer that question and log it on your homeschool log. All right, everybody, that is it for graphic features of an informational text. Hope you liked this video. Hope this helped you understand your text just a little bit more. Let me know if it does. Stay tuned for the next lesson. Bye. Thank you.